I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is Tabletop Tastings. Welcome to another episode of Sip and Play. Les, what did we play?
Today, we played the 1 to 4 player game, Great Western Trail El Paso. The Great Western Trail El Paso edition is the successor to the original Great Western Trail that came out in 2016. This game streamlines a lot of what Great Western Trail did so well.
Okay.
Some say it's maybe a little too simple, but I think for those that have never experienced Great Western Trail before, this is a fantastic place to step into. The teach is very simple on it. It was a quick setup. We played our very first game together in about an hour and a half, so it wasn't too long, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game. In the Great Western Trail El Paso, we are ranchers going around Texas and Mexico to drive our cattle into the city and send them away on their long journey to the north, east, and west of the United States. And we do so by stopping off at each of these spaces along the board. And our ranchers can move 1, 2, or 3 spaces, and wherever we stop, there's actions there that we can or can choose not to take. But really, the goal of the game is we want to acquire cattle, because whenever we get to El Paso, which we'll do once we do a full circuit around the board, we can earn points or reputation based on the variety of cattle that we bring to El Paso. So when you start off, your hand size is 4, but through various upgrades throughout the game, you can increase that to 5. So really, in a best case scenario, you've got 5 unique, valuable cattle that you're trading to El Paso to make points, which allow you to take your tokens from your player board and do kind of permanent or one-time upgrades to play out and gain points on the board. So it's this beautiful battle of trying to balance getting expensive yet unique cattle that are worth a lot of points, buying workers, which help you do all sorts of various things and are essential to all the different tasks on the board, such as buying cattle, putting in your own unique territories or spaces, which provide actions that just you can get, or ordering items on the train with the conductor and getting benefits and upgrades that way, which help with end of game scoring. There's lots of different ways to play this game. And Steve, for our first playthrough of it, I think we both really enjoyed it. What did you think of your experience with the Great Western Trail El Paso?
I love a game that allows you to kind of choose your own destiny and which way you want to go to get your little extra bonuses and so on.
And this game literally has that because there are split offs and paths, so you can choose to take different routes. And placing, it's a little more expensive, but placing buildings you have on the main route kind of messes with the other person because they have to spend movement to get past that now to get to the other destinations that they want to get to.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because I started off with wanting to go to every single location, but I quickly found out you can't do that.
No.
You've got to be able to pick and choose. Okay, yeah, I do want money. However, I want to be able to spend some of that money and spend some of or use my workers that I've collected to get those extra bonuses to do all
as you get
things.
more cows in here, because you're really collecting cattle.
Yes.
And once you start to get more and more cattle, the chance of you having the cow that you need to sell to make money from that space starts dropping down quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I really enjoyed what this game did.
I did too.
And I'll give a little what did you bring to pair with our playthrough of this game?
Ooh, so the bottle that we've been enjoying while playing the game really works thematically, but as I've been drinking and enjoying it as we've played the game, it really pairs really well with it.
So good.
Let's go to the bottle pop and then we'll talk about it.
Ooh, okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
It was nice.
Pretty good.
And especially because it's got a little synthetic cork going on there too.
Nothing wrong
That's
with
pretty
that.
sweet. All right. I'm excited to have some of this.
Nice and light in color.
It is, yep.
Ooh, warm on the nose.
So an Alberta rye, which is kind of cool too.
It smells nice.
Oh yeah, those rye notes come out like immediately.
Is that what those are? I was trying to pick out different.
It's got little baking spices and a little bit, maybe even a little peppery notes. But yeah, you get the spice like immediately. That's nice.
A little bit of burn in the nose, just a tiny bit though. What's the ABV on this?
So this one it's only 40%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Which is great. So 80 proof for a good Canadian rye.
Should we go in for it?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's nice. I taste the rye.
You know what? For 40%, like 80 proof, It actually has quite a bit of flavor to it. I actually quite like this.
What's the price on the bottle?
So it's like $40, $45.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So for me, if it's only $40 for the bottle, I think it's a fantastic bottle. If that was in the neighborhood of 80 to 100, I'd be like, maybe it's a little bit underwhelming. But as far as just getting something that you just want to enjoy the flavor of rye, if you enjoy rye, like that's what's prominent here with this tasting.
Yeah, there's like there's nothing wrong with it at all. I like the nose, the flavor is good. I wonder, it always makes me think, okay, so if we had this at like a cask strength or like a barrel strength, man, I think that would really, really pop.
And that's where it is, like a lot of rye sometimes are spicier, and I find with this that it's pretty mild that way. Like it's not biting you as you drink it.
No, it's not jumping out and punching you, which is kind of cool too, though, because you don't always. For me, I don't always need to be like
kicked in the teeth
and just have everything hit you at once. I kind of like when it's a little bit layered, like it is. Yeah. All right, there you have it. All the way from Calgary, Alberta, we have Stampede, the Canadian rye whiskey. So I really have enjoyed this rye. It is very light, as we talked about at the beginning. However, I do think it has kind of opened up. A little bit less ABV than what we're kind of used to, but I think it really goes well with this game because of that. But let's talk a little bit about what makes Stampede Rye what it is. So you think of Alberta, what comes to mind?
I think of the plains. I think of ranchers and cowboys.
Yeah, for sure, which thematically works really well with this. All right. I think of, the oil and gas industry. I think of farming. I think of the Rocky Mountains. And as we were playing this, I'm thinking about getting on the train and sending my cattle or getting some extra things. Like all of that really, really works into it. So what does that really have to do, though, with the whiskey or with this game that we've enjoyed?
I've been dying to know.
All right. Calgary Stampede. As the bottle says, it is the world's largest outdoor experience.
Have you ever been to the Calgary Stampede?
I have not.
Haven't. We should do it.
I would love to. In fact, it actually, like as we're filming this, it ended like last week, last weekend, right? So it just actually happened. And I've always really, really wanted to go. What is really cool about the guys that make this, they're called Eau Claire. And what is really, really cool about them is that they're located 4,000 feet above sea level.
What?
Into the Rocky Mountains, which is really sweet. So they get the water from the Rocky Mountains, and then they're getting all of the rye. They get their barley, everything else that they're gonna use. Not in this one, because this is rye, but they get all of the grains are really locally sourced. But you know what's really, really cool? Something I found out about these guys, so the Eau Claire Distillery, they farm grain the old-fashioned way.
So what is the old-fashioned way?
So they use horses.
Okay.
And they use implements of farming from like the 1920s.
Really?
Which is really cool. Now, they do it for a small parcel of land.
Okay.
So I don't think that everything that you're getting in the bottle is going to be directly from that way of farming it.
But they're adding that into the mixture.
But they're adding that into the mixture, which is really, really kind of cool. And you can kind of see, because I didn't have a whole lot of expectation with the bottle, because I'm like, okay, so it's rye. That's pretty normal for something from Canada. It's from Alberta, which is really kind of cool. 40% ABV. It's pretty low, right, from what we're used to. Not a huge expectation, but I think because of the way that they're distilling and the pride that they put into it, you get a lot out of it.
The one thing I will say about this rye is it seems like the most rye I've ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's doing anything special or anything groundbreaking, but you can really taste just the pure rye in it.
Yeah, so you get that right from the nose, that spiciness, and it carries through into the taste as well. The bottle does say that it is the greatest rye whiskey on earth.
According to who? Because I mean, it's good.
Maybe his mom.
It could be. It could be.
Right? So I cannot say that it is the greatest rye that I've ever had. It is very good. And like you said, again, for the price, it's very good. It does stand up well on its own, so I do like
Well
that.
enough, yeah.
Well enough, right? And it gives you that spiciness. It gives you everything that you kind of are looking for in a rye. It's just, I mean, it's not something that I'm going to tell everyone, hey, this is the world's greatest rye, right? No, which is kind of funny. But I think that does kind of go with the game, right?
So on
Because like with the game, there was a number of times where we were looking for explanation on, some of the bonuses and the other things that you get from.
There are kind of a few downsides, which you're talking about. Like some of these little bonus tokens, like, some of them are pretty obvious, but some of them, there's no explanation behind them. So with the symbol, you can kind of guess, what it is they're shooting for.
Yeah.
But do you take that as soon as you claim the token, or can you use it as a one-time ability whenever you want, or are they passive ongoing abilities?
Yeah.
Like, the game doesn't tell you that anywhere in the manual. So I'm shocked that there's no reference to just kind of indicate what each token actually stands for. Now, I think we figured it out-ish, but were we doing it accurately? I don't know.
Yeah.
So of the game, the Great Western Trail El Paso, or the Stampede, which is better, the game or the whiskey?
Okay, so I really like the game, and I'm looking forward to trying it again and playing it again because now I have a little bit better understanding. I won't take probably so long to get around the board. Although the first couple of rounds, you're going to take your time because you want to build.
You'll learn what each.
You got to build up money. Yeah, exactly, and kind of figure it out. So I do really like the game. I don't know how you would get to some of these really high points in that amount of times. Like I really don't know how you'd get to 20 points. Without getting some of the extra bonuses and all that kind of stuff, which I guess is part of the game, and trying to figure it out, right? I like the game. I was actually quite surprised with how much I liked the whiskey, because I really had almost no expectation, which again was the same for the game as well. But in this case, whether it comes to Great Western Trail El Paso or to Stampede Rye, I'm going to take the Stampede Rye.
Wow. Okay. So the game I did quite enjoy, and I had played the original, but it was years ago that I had played it. I did find the first round or two kind of like, I'm not necessarily loving it. But after we got around El Paso three or four times, everything starts to click, and it's like, okay, I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm looking forward to kind of planning out what I'm going to do next. There are some, I would say, production quality issues with this game. It comes with a mat, which is great, but the mat's super faded. It's hard to really see what's on it. The game has what looks like representation of wooden discs and wooden cubes, but they're just cardboard, which is disappointing. Why make it look like a wooden disc if you're going to make a cardboard? Make it just look like something else, and then
they literally have a cube.
but
it's like a 2D image of a cube.
Like just do something else. Make it a check mark or something. I don't understand why they went that way. And then the big chonky ranchers. They look okay.
I like them. I think
they're big
cool.
and chunky, but they don't fit the aesthetic of the board they're moving around. So a few kind of production issues. The other thing is there's zero board game insert for this. They don't give you a single bag. They do give you some tuck boxes for the tokens, but there's no bag for the cards or anything, and there's a ton of empty room in here still. So when you put everything in it, it's just going to slosh around. But that being said, I really did like and enjoy the game. And with the Stampede, I really did like it as well. But to me, it is...
You have to choose, Les.
It is very entry level, but it's just okay.
Sure.
I think I prefer the game Great Western Trail El Paso over the whiskey in this case.
I can't really argue with you. All the same points I can come up with too. I just... the game didn't necessarily win me over 100%.
but I still really
I did
enjoyed
too.
it.
Yeah, I really did too. And I think this pairing really worked well because of
So
that.
well. And as we sipped and enjoyed this throughout our playthrough, I did embrace the pairing of the two together because they really, really did go together quite nicely.
Yeah, exactly. So if I really could choose, I would take both.
Yeah, absolutely. But we can't. We can just
Okay.
choose one. But I think we're tied on this front
Yeah,
here.
I think we are.
One thing I do know for sure, Steve.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that if you're going to play the 1 to 4 player rancher cattle wrestling game, Great Western Trail, El Paso, you want to pair it with?
Well, if you're going to be wrestling cattle and doing farmland, why wouldn't you have Stampede Rye from Calgary, Alberta?
My name is Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Because I can get another rye.
Right.
I can have another rye. Like
It's funny
this.
though. I think as far as like the closeness of the two go, this is probably our closest.
I think
where
so.
It's tough to say because they're both nice.
Yeah.